Hello, this is Attracted Lord, and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. And I recently got a new mouse, and this new mouse has 7 buttons. And even more recently than that, I came up with the stupid idea, which is to see if I can play games using just the mouse. But here's my controls. Now, as you can see, quite a lot of them are in fact unbound. So I have a total of 9 things that I can use because of positive and negative scroll wheel. So we have the left button, the right button, 4, 5, and then the 6 and 7 are in fact left and right bracket, which is why there's a right bracket here. So fire is left, aim attack is right. That's standard, that's how things normally are. Sprint is the right bracket, which is the back right. That will make sense in a minute. Jump is negative scroll wheel. Interact button 5, which is the front left. Reload is positive scroll wheel, which is actually quite handy, and I actually even keep it as that. Open map is middle button. I always have that as middle button. That's just something I have. Inventory is back left, and move up is front right. Then vehicles are weird because I've got a lot of stuff that is already required, and so I drive with the 3 buttons on the right hand side of my mouse because the other ones actually do stuff. So if I just get out of here, if I want to walk forwards, what I do is I press front right. Now if I want to sprint, I just press both the right hand buttons, which is quite easy. That I put them there because they're next to each other. That makes sense. If I want to reload, then I scroll up. If I want to jump, then I scroll down. Map is the map. Inventory with this, throw something on the floor. Down I can press button 5 to pick it up. I don't have buttons to change between my 4 weapon slots, so if I want to change what weapon I'm using, I have to do this and wait for it to load. And now I'm using a different weapon, and now I can just randomly headshot something. And then I want to swap back, well then I have to do this again. So swapping weapons is a bit awkward, and I cannot use grenades because I can't press number 4. Now let's just randomly murder a dummy. Also, obviously, if I get a blessing that says use your catchphrase to activate, obviously I can't say my catchphrase either. That's one of the many things I can't do with a mouse. Yeah, mouse is not the most practical of things. And I'm not going to go to Actual Castle because trying to rush in this state is not going to go well. Let's see if I can get to tool work. I can't get to tool work. I have missed tool work. I've also failed to get to the water. Right, I keep moving my hand towards my keyboard because like that's what I would normally do, and well that doesn't help. So I'm just gonna sit on my other hand. Yep, no, I am actually now sitting on my other hand, so I don't use it. Although I don't actually have any, none of the buttons on my keyboard are bound to anything, so it's not like I can accidentally cheat. Oh yes, we're off to a great start. I've already got a Gauss bow. Yeah, so that's got my primary weapon slot. As you can see, it's in my primary weapon slot. But when I pick up a second weapon, it automatically will swap to that, meaning that I will now be selected my secondary weaponry slot, like this. You see, now, not that button. It's actually, I'm now on my secondary, which is interesting. So if I pick up a weapon, it will go in the secondary slot now because that's what I'm in. So now I'm basically stuck in the secondary weapon slot. Also, there is a nice bug where if you pick up a single-handed weapon, it will go in your 3rd weapon slot, but it won't automatically swap you to it, so I'm going to have to be very careful to not pick up a one-handed thing, because what it does is it effectively just holsters everything. It just holsters, and well, as I physically cannot swap to the weapon, I can't use the number slots. That's a problem, because that means I cannot do anything. So I'm going to have to be very careful with that. Might as well just not bother picking up grenades because they are of no use to me at all. Also, parkour, slightly more difficult when you're trying to use a mouse because I have played a little bit of this so I can actually like get used to it and I'm not completely incompetent, but I still press the wrong buttons a lot of the time. Actually, I have just thought, if I do pick up a 3rd weapon, I can drop the weapon from my 2nd slot or 1st slot, and then I can pick it back up again, and that should work. I should be able to swap out of it, but that's a pain. Anyway, I saw someone over here. I missed. It showed me. I missed again. Also, I press inventory because that's what I used to have reload bound to. And yes, I did get sniped just because I cannot move sideways. Because I don't have that capability. You know, I really doubt the greatness of this idea. I think it was in fact a thoroughly terrible idea. Right, now it's time for the fun thing of driving cars. So forward is my right mouse button, and I'm using the buttons that were run and sprint to steer. And that's a rock, and I don't have a reverse, so let's just run off. If I hit a rock, well, I can't reverse, so I'm just gonna have to run. Thoroughly terrible idea this is. It's kind of fun though. It's a stupid idea. Although if you do have a mouse with this many buttons, I do definitely recommend you try this. Awkward. Also, my left hand is uncomfortable because I've been sitting on it. Now I want to keep the Gauss bow, but I want to drop that, so I'll have to swap them over like that. Right, now I've got a weapon that's actually useful at close range. Yes, certain things are slightly less easy with this. Like, I don't have bandage hotkeys, so I want to use some bandages, I have to do this. Also, I'm fairly certain I just saw some shots outside, like that. Lol, I did some actual dodging. Yes, that didn't work, did it? I fired some shots at them and missed. And now for the fun time of trying to do this. Ow. Yes, I'm trying to press buttons on my mouse while doing some fine control. Pressing the side buttons and fine controlling the mouse is not a particularly easy thing to do. Right, let's go through there. Let's go around that and get through that. I actually did it. That's kind of funny. What betting have I got? Jump. That's not too bad. Let's head over this side. Please tell me this is not where I just was, because if it is, then that's a problem. Well, I've got some ammo, just no gun. Oh yes, I've also got a double barrel. How very helpful. Yeah, I need a gun. Has anyone seen a gun? I mean, someone probably has seen a gun. In fact, I can hear someone using one. More ammo, that's great. Yeah, the camera work is probably also fairly terrible. This is certainly a different sort of challenge to what I would normally do. And someone's got an airstrike. That's always great. Yeah, I can't really win fights very easily like this. Also, parkour is like so much more difficult because using the scroll wheel to jump is a little awkward. There's probably a bunch of things that I could be doing to make this easier for myself and that I'm not doing because I haven't thought of them. Always had a compensator. I will take that. Yeah, now this is a sort of time when I would like to double barrel the firework crossbow and put a compensator on the Famas, but I can't because I can only use one of the slots effectively. Unless I want to throw something on the floor every time I want to swap weapons. I mean, that would be a thing. We're gonna encounter someone and they're gonna be like right in front of me, and for that a Famas is going to be far more useful than a firework crossbow. Ah, I found my stuff. That's weird. That means that the person who killed me didn't loot me, or they died instantly or something. How very interesting. The double barrel Gauss bow is a great thing because although the Gauss bow only has a mag size of 1, if you double barrel it, it still fires 2. And I am which side's in and which side isn't? Also, I saw a person, so I did. I hear so much gunfire. I've so far managed to get to 8th by not doing anything. Oh, hello there. Yes, wasn't expecting to see a person there. You know, I rather think this is a terrible idea. In fact, I'm just going to go and set my controls back up to something sensible and useful. Although, I have learnt one thing. The mouse scroll wheel is in fact a very useful thing to have stuff bound to. Other than that, yeah, don't use your mouse for that. Playing a game with just your mouse isn't great. I might actually try some other games at some point, but TABG doesn't go very well when you're just using a mouse. But that is going to be it for this episode, so thank you for watching, don't get distracted, go subscribe now, and until next time, goodbye.